And that's kind of where Sarah enters in the house. Like, she's not in a position where she really, not to say she don't matter, but she really don't matter. She doesn't have like a power like position. Like, she's a non-factor, honestly. Like,
not she's a non-factor. Not you dragging Sarah like this. Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. We are back with another episode of the Challenge USA. This is episode 8. This episode tells us what the new rules and order are going to be going forth. TJ lets everybody know that from here on forth, it is now an individual game, which we thought it was. I mean, I don't know where else they could have gone with it, but it's now an individual game. So I'm happy for that. I prefer an individual game. It's been a long time, I feel like, since it's really been one in regular challenge as well. Mostly everybody seems happy about the new rules. They want to play by themselves. Some people seem apprehensive, but generally the consensus is we're happy not to be tied. We're happy not to be tied to anyone. So that's the general feeling of the house. Ben and Danny are seen discussing about if they're gonna like try to bring back Survivor Strong, because that kind of flipped because Tyson turned on them. But they say they're gonna stick together and they're gonna try to stay Survivor Strong because it's better for them, especially if they're individuals. They need some type of support system to rely on, which I think is smart, specifically between those two. They don't seem too shady. Like they'll turn their backs on each other, but Tyson will stab y'all in the back in 2 seconds. Okay,
Tyson will stab you in the face. Tyson don't care, but I think it's just you got the numbers. You've had the numbers from the beginning, so it's like really outside of Tyson. Why does anything have to actually change?
Yes, it's literally the same. It's literally the same. I guess just verbalizing it and letting each other know they got to understand it, I guess. Sarah is seen talking to Cachet and Justine, and she's upset because she is the only woman that is not qualified for the final. She is like desperate to get her money and she want to do it any way she can. So she's really adamant about winning or doing whatever she can to get in there because she does not have enough money to qualify.
And we'll get into her doing whatever it takes because baby girl is giving you don't got common sense. Yeah, but also I feel a little bitterness coming from her because she was like, Angela isn't the competitor that everybody thinks she is, and she has improved herself. And I'm like,
I'm not like a super Angela fan, but like it's like facts are facts. Like I don't understand.
Yeah, it's like her stats are stacking up. Like she has a reason to feel very comfortable. Like
currently on this show, they are better than your stats.
I think Sarah just feels like she went into one elimination and she won with Leo. So I think she feels like she's justified in saying like, oh, I actually went through some things and I actually competed and I actually won. Whereas Angela had Tyson holding her, being with her the whole time and holding her up. And
she's won without Tyson.
She won without Tyson. So I'm like, where's the anima? Like, first and foremost, she got the most money out of everybody next to like Tyson. She's got some, next to Justine, she's the richest. Justine, Tyson, and Angela like the richest people in the game right now.
Oh, later on that night, we see Ben sitting by the fire pit, and he's just thinking about the fact that it's his friend's anniversary of his friend's passing, and he wants that to help to motivate him in the challenge. So we do get a little clip on just like seeing a different side of Ben. So after that, we go straight into the challenge.
Two things. One is I don't know if they're reusing footage, but there's somebody sleeping outside, and I want to know who it is because it's like the same person sleeping on this lawn chair with this red cap on, and I'm like, who is sleeping outside?
Leo usually is doing his stuff with a red cap on that I noticed.
It's giving what's going on, and then two, once Ben had like 3 confessionals back to back, I was like, and then they showed him not being in the bed, I was like.
It's a Ben episode.
Yeah, I was like, it's either gonna go one or two ways.
Yeah, see, that's the problem with the edits. They don't know how to disguise the fact that, like, yeah, you can make the episode about this particular person, but you don't have to give them every single edit and then every single confessional throughout the entire episode.
Yeah.
Like, that entire episode was dedicated to him.
Yeah, he literally had like, I think 12 confessionals, maybe like 10 or 11.
This nigga narrated he narrated the entire episode.
Yeah.
So we go to the challenge and we learn that it's gonna be a men's elimination week. So they're gonna switch off. And I like that. I like that in previous challenges. I like the switch off men's week, women's week. So I'm okay with that. But this week is a men's week. The name of the challenge is called Having a Blast. It's okay. I mean, it's okay. I felt like it could have been blast off, got a blast.
They could have done better.
Yeah, like having a blast. I don't know.
At this point, they just need to stop naming because it's clear they're running out of names for these challenges. So it's better off just.
But they make them too long. They trying to do like complete sentences sometimes. It just be too much.
Well, at first it was spy theme, like these missions, the handler, da da da. Now you got these play on words, which is like, okay, y'all circle the wagon.
But you gotta think that they've been doing this for almost 20 years. At some point, you are gonna run out of ideas. You are gonna run out. It's only. I mean, they've been doing this forever, so it's like it's only
just keep the naming for the eliminations.
They used to just do straight. I remember they used to do workouts. Yeah. Like I remember watching the Inferno, and they was doing workouts on the beach.
This challenge wasn't really.
It wasn't
bad.
It wasn't dramatic.
For me.
Hey, but I like some simple instructions. I done told y'all.
It was very simple.
It was. So for this challenge, they have 2 runways being pulled by tugboats, and the players have to transfer from a boat, jump onto the runway, run and collect 4 keys. They have to only can transport them one by one. Once they have all 4 keys, then they have to grab a flag, go back, place their flag, and their time stops. They're doing it in pairs, so somebody is running on the side of them as well. And the runway is slick with like soap. Okay. Yeah. And also 2 people will also be spraying them, but that proved useless.
That made no sense. The whole point of them supposedly to having the spray nozzles is so that they could spray the competitors. Yeah. These Negroes then figured out how to break the challenge and sprayed the soap off the damn runway. Yeah. And then it didn't help that the people who were spraying were going after the people who had already gone first. Yeah. So it really didn't make any sense. Like, okay, well, I'm just gonna spray the platform and make it as less soapy as possible, so that when I go, there's no soap.
In some instances, it wasn't even getting sprayed to take the soap off. It was literally just
somebody was spraying right into the water.
Exactly. That was I think Cash and
and somebody was being what?
They was just Cash and somebody else was just spraying it straight into the
that was Cash water. And Angela, because Angela was like she wasn't going to spray Tyson, so she tried to spray the soap off of the thing for Tyson, and Cash was next to her. So they didn't. No one sprayed the person, which probably would have added an extra element to it, but nobody did it. You need to have like Sarah spraying for Tyson.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The way they even like the order was just. It was just this challenge was just too PC for me. Like,
yeah, it was I mean, I got it, but it was just like whatever, kind of just like the whole episode. Also, we did get our Kiki shout out from Danny. Shout out to Kiki. He got 2. He got 2
Kiki shout out.
He had 2. He had.
Mostly everybody did okay. Kayla did get disqualified because when she jumped, she overshot it. She slipped off the runway, and also Desi, she also got disqualified and slipped off and jumped off the runway.
Desi did get off the runway. She just literally whoop straight into the water.
Desi?
Yeah.
Yeah, and so for the women that went really fast, it was mostly just Sarah and Angela. And when Angela was watching, what's her name? Alyssa, she said Alyssa does really well as well. And so she's like, she thinks she wants to work with Alyssa, which I have my thoughts about that, but we'll get into that as well, because it's just okay. Sarah, so Angela and Sarah are the top women, and Angela comes out on top in that race, so she is the women winner for this episode. And then at the end, we have, from what I saw, it seemed like I thought the top people would be like Tyson, Leo, Ben, but they didn't even mention Tyson. It was Leo and Ben were the top, and Ben actually ended up taking that one. So Ben and Angela are the winners of this episode, which I'm happy for Ben, because if we
needed it.
Something was gonna happen with Ben, like we said, it was a Ben episode, Ben edit. So and so to pick for elimination, because Enzo's time was the slowest, and also I forgot to mention Enzo hurt his leg when he jumped onto the platform, so he had to get
I don't even understand how.
He had to get 3.
He must have hit the thing on the side.
Yeah, maybe when he jumped.
He scraped his knee to the point where he needed stitches.
Yeah.
And
he had to, like, his jump had to be like, but even his jump, like, the back,
that's what I'm saying. Like, how hard did he jump into the side of the runway? Because for you to need 3 stitches, you had to have had some serious force.
So at the house, Enzo's they do the customary, like, take them to the room with the names and the price.
This talk, I was like, what are y'all even talking about?
It was, I tell you, like,
okay.
Cancel.
Let me.
Because before you go into your spiel, first off, Enzo didn't say anything, which is like, okay, cool. Y'all gonna talk
somebody that got money so he can get some money.
But then y'all don't even talk about possible nominees to go into elimination. Y'all start talking about all this other stuff that doesn't even matter right now. Like, I just didn't understand why were you talking about Alyssa's safety and making deals right now, where it's like
Angela, is that your little sister? Like, what's happening? She's like mighty hard, and you say you ain't never talked to her. Like, what's happening? I was like, y'all know each other. Stop playing.
It's just the amount of desperation is getting sickening to this point.
I just don't understand, because so Angela's like, Alyssa is strong, blah blah. See her, she's doing so great, and then Alyssa's like, yeah, we're like kind of at the top, and I was like,
Angela, yes,
it's so many women at the top before Alyssa. So if you're trying to form a strong woman alliance, why you didn't call Desi? Why you didn't call Justine? Why you didn't call
Justine?
Why didn't she call Cash? Because if we're being honest, Desi only won 1 challenge. Desi don't really have a lot of money for real. Desi just got enough to qualify. She don't have 5. She don't have 5 digits.
Angela pitches to being this Survivor boy and Big Brother girl alliance. Like, okay,
that's stupid.
You just throwing anything together now. Like,
they just coming up with. That's why. That's the only reason why I wasn't a fan of like this whole CBS thing, because like they're so connected to their shows that they would refuse to just break those lines. But it's like,
but they breaking it. She just doing it. She's breaking the alliance. She just like, I'm gonna make it suit me, like not the boys but the girls, not the girls but
that's still dumb, because it's like,
I'm saying it don't,
that's dumb.
Yeah, so she's saying that, and then Ben agrees, even though he's like, that leaves out Desi and Sarah, who are a part of his like little alliance. But I think when push comes to shove, he gonna stick to his real alliance. I think if he had to choose,
Yeah, I don't think so.
I don't think so. I feel like maybe,
like I'm on if Ben win, and I done made this promise to Angela, I'm gonna look Sarah in her eye and say, Sarah, you going in?
That's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say he might hesitate with Sarah, but he will throw Desi under the bus quickly with no hesitation.
If you in the winning position, why would you stick to that promise? Because why would you stick to that? I would be like, no, I'm gonna throw you in, Angela. I know we made this word, but I made a word. I made this with them first. So what
I feel like at least with Angela, like Alyssa, I don't think he would care about. But with Angela, right now, she is the strongest female, and she has a proven track record that she can win. Whereas Sarah is like, you won once, barely, and then like, yeah, it's like Angela is just better to have on my side, at least to win. If I want to win, I would choose Angela over Sarah anytime.
And Leo talks to Angela. It was a pretty useless conversation because her mind was already made up, and Leo cannot persuade her. She no.
I think they just needed a tie-in to like make it seem. I guess they needed it like for a story perspective. They needed a guy
also brings
into.
happen,
so
I don't even understand what Leo was trying to campaign for. It's like there's no outside of himself. Every other guy has been on Survivor outside of David. Like there was no other option, bro. Yeah, that was one you just gotta be like, all right.
Just see what David did. He was just like, I already know.
Yeah, like there's no. What are you trying to campaign for? Just be like, look, it is what it is. You're gonna have to vote me in because
you don't have.
It's just between me and David. Who you want to see in the end?
When do we? Well, spoiler alert: Leo get nominated in. What I don't like is when, granted, they didn't know it was a hall brawl, but I didn't like. No, F that. When they saw that elimination, they should not have chose Leo. They should have chose David, honestly.
No.
Why?
Should have did. What they should have did, and if Ben was a real friend,
Tyson, honestly,
you should have thrown either Tyson ass down there, or you should have thrown Danny's big ass down there.
You said if Ben was a real friend to who?
If Ben wanted to help out any of his friends, you could throw down Tyson. You potentially get him out of the game.
This is the second elimination. They could have got Tyson out.
That's what I'm saying. Tyson may be strong, but
there was no way.
I think Enzo would. I think Enzo.
What would have been if it's could have? What would have been the decision? Like Angela wasn't gonna say Tyson, but so if Ben say Tyson.
I know, but then that's when you get that. Like, then you get a tie, and then you can see what happens after that. You want to try TJ, but then also you could have just thrown Danny down there. Danny could have got his money, and
he would have qualified. He would only got $3,000.
He would have. I mean,
it would have been closer.
Yeah, he'd be closer. He'd be closer.
But I mean, don't send me down okay. Okay.
Kiki would have had to appreciate that same so you better stop.
I'm just saying.
But I don't think Enzo. I don't think Leo was the smartest choice to throw down there. Not for that. Like Leo wasn't like he's not a threat to like waste a hall brawl on.
That was a waste of a layup.
At the bar, we see Sarah talking to Desi and someone else.
Kayla, this dumbass shit.
This is okay. So
Sarah egging her own was like
Sarah. They weren't egging her. They were just like, will you just let somebody talk?
They were very much encouraging.
Kayla, yeah.
And Kayla, oh, you a boss bitch. Like, what?
Yeah, she did say that. She
didn't say that, but that's what she should have said.
That was
Sarah says she wants to throw herself into elimination against Enzo, and it'll be amazing and just this epic thing. And I'm just like,
okay.
You don't we told you at the beginning it's a men's elimination. You can't randomly decide I want to go in. Like what? No.
First and foremost, the way that she tried to present it was that she was doing something noble by being the first woman to throw herself against a man into an elimination. First and foremost, Enzo had just had stitches in his leg.
That's what I'm saying. It wasn't. She was doing that because he was hurt.
He's a wounded duck. That's not noble. That's cowardice. Let's start with that. Number two, that's a grown man.
Regardless if you're a police officer or not.
Exactly, bro. I don't care. That's a grown man. Exactly. You ain't got no baton, no taser, and no gun. You not winning no fight, bro. I'm sorry.
And then when y'all get to the elimination, you see a hall brawl, you think that somebody's gonna see you down there?
Bro, I wish if I was Enzo, I would be licking my chops. Please let this woman walk her ass down here. Please.
It would have been a whole
I get full
situation.
Range to put my hands on a female on national television for fun, for money.
No, they wouldn't have done that. That's,
morally, I would feel bad.
But I don't even allow that.
The insurance policy for that show was not going to let that happen.
Exactly.
That's why they made
There
it a
would've been
hall
so many
brawl. So
liabilities.
she ain't had no. They made it a hall brawl on purpose. I feel like she purposely got Leo sent home because when they got wind that she was willing to throw herself down there, I was like,
But
okay,
even
well,
the
we
worst,
can't.
even when they get to elimination, Angela and Ben nominate Leo to go down. So Leo against Enzo, the cat boys, whatever. They're going down there, and we see it's a hall brawl. And I just feel like, first of all, this was super quick, super short, because it was two and done. But also, I don't know if Leo has really ever seen the challenge, because I just feel like if you seen the challenge, you know hall brawl, they always tell you to stay low. So I'm like, stay low, Leo, stay low. And he was literally trying to go up against Enzo, who's bigger than him. I was like, no, go down. Hit him in the in the leg. I don't know.
Either way it goes, I don't think Leo would have won that one. Like I said, David, if they was going by that logic, David would have been the better choice. Plus, Enzo would have still got his money. Don't David and Leo got the same amount? Yeah,
well, maybe close.
David won 2 eliminations.
Yeah, probably got about the same amount of money.
No, you got 1 elimination and then a win.
Yeah.
So yeah, it would have been about the same amount, more or less. But it would have been a better chance if they wanted to stick with their alliance. Now, if they would want to play smart, once again, get rid of Tyson because he was supposed to be gone 2 episodes ago. With that, last episode, if they were smart, they would have. They don't be playing smart.
I personally think they can somehow Tyson on some fluke episode, and they're gonna be like, "What?"
Fantasy draft.
I think I'm back in 3rd place.
You're not. I'm still in 3rd place because Desi got that freaking disqualification.
Dang.
Oh.
Yeah. If she didn't have that disqualification,
She definitely got DQ'd.
Yeah. If she didn't have that disqualification, I probably would have jumped up. But unfortunately, Desi, then Justine didn't have no confessionals. So Ben was my major player with a bunch of confessionals and comp points. He gave me 30 comp points and 22 points for confessionals. Like I said, Desi gave me -10. She only had 2 confessionals. Justine only had 1. And literally, but in 2nd place, we have Gigi with 580. You lost
220 more than you.
Wow.
Yeah, what?
Drag me. You lost Leo. Your team, Cash, gave you 5 points. She gave you 3 confessionals. Kayla balanced everything out for your comp points. She gave you some confessionals. Enzo.
I just thought about something. Why do I have more players than both of y'all both combined?
Calm down, first off.
I just thought I started counting. I started doing a little math.
You only got one more damn. Justine is gonna win. No, anyway, with 1048, we have Savon with calm down.
That's 5 times as many points as you got, bro.
It is not 5 times.
Calm down.
It's almost 5.
He got it's 2 times. That was a 5 times.
Damn, boy, that's
anyway. 5 times. David, Dominic, Sarah, and Tyson really didn't do anything.
Got no negatives.
And Alyssa didn't do anything as far as comp. Your biggest player was Angela, and then Danny with confessionals and his mention of Kiki. Because one thing about Danny is he's going to mention Kiki.
And he did twice.
He did. Like I said, the day he don't mention Kiki, I'm already going to be like, well, Danny, it was nice knowing you.
Well, that is the end of our review and recap. We will see you on next week's episode. Please like and subscribe, leave a comment down below, and join us for our next video. And we're out of here. Peace.